Today's Parley will be held in scenic Gotham City for Shadow of the Bat by IDW Games. And as Parleys go, it's going to be unusually brutal. I'll just leave Miss Butterscotch to watch the cove in my absence.
Just don't buy any more Batman games. This was a total broadside to the budget.
'Tis true, we were compelled to go all in on this one, but it was worth it.
Yeah, he said that a few times before. And did you just put your drink on the table?
You have a book or two of playable episodes, which can be either competitive or cooperative mode. We'll be looking at the co-op today to keep things friendly and get those tokens sorted. There's a lot of them in this game.
I don't think friendly means what he thinks it means.
You set up according to the mode and episode you agree upon, and shuffle up a stack of initiative cards according to the directions. There will always be 4 heroes regardless of player count. I'm playing solo, so I'll be controlling all 4 heroes.
Hello, player 2 right here.
Being a solo gamer is such a lonely existence. Each round starts off by rolling dice that determine what you can do that turn. There'll be a lot of rolling here, but you have these handy little focus tokens for rerolls. You then arrange the dice so that you can share effects with the characters on either side of you. This is shown with handy placeholder tokens, which act as regular die results. This part can last a while and get a bit fiddly, but there's important decisions to be made here. Then on your turn, just push a die forward to activate its icons, or push a few to add matching icons into one big effect.
The Hero Board and Life Tracker were part of the All-In bundle and may not be in every copy. Fortunately, the captain is very generous with our money.
Aye, that's the truth. A move icon gives you movement points according to your move attribute value. Spend 2 icons and you double up that number. Zoom! Melee lets you punch the people you're next to. When you spend at least 1, you get your combat attribute value, plus an additional 1 for each icon spent. That number is how many dice you roll. Each blast result is a hit. Subtract your target's printed defense and start adding those sweet damage tokens.
It says that ranged is basically the same, but you suffer a -1 hit result for each space of distance above 2 squares.
Aye, sadly that's true. Mostly. Though if you equip Robin's sling card, his ranged is good up to 4 spaces. It's their apology for his colorful bird costume.
What's wrong with being colorful?
Oh, nothing. Sure helps bad guys find him in the dark.
He's got a point.
Your enemies are AI controlled, so you'll follow a flowchart to determine their actions. And they really put a lot of thought into it. I love me a good flowchart. Each enemy type has a target priority. They generally go for people with higher or lower health. Something to do with their confidence level, I don't know. But if they can't fight the one they want, they'll fight the one they're with. Again, check the flowchart. Now the first episode is On Leather Wings, based on the animated episode, and it's got a room full of thugs you'll have to get through to open the door so that you can take on Man-Bat. It really doesn't remind me of the episode, but they have characters in common. It should be noted that Man-Bat will not activate until you skill check or break that door down, so I recommend dealing with his henchmen first, just to be safe. You'll also need to deal with 2 clue tokens before he can open said door. But that's easy business. You just spend a non-defense icon while standing next to it, but not standing next to any bad guys. Then the door may open sesame, so you can fight the monster on the other side.
Episodes recommend the heroes and their equipment that you should bring. I suggest taking their advice to start.
True.
Batman is good for straight numbers, which is good considering how dice heavy the game is.
Right.
Robin can move faster and has good ranged attacks, and better defense with the circus upbringing card. He also can add and share an extra icon to one of his dice.
Well, I was gonna tell him that.
Batgirl moves fast as well, and has more melee icons. It's also suggested she bring the first aid kit. So there's your healer, geeks. And use her focus tokens for rerolls. She has more than anyone, and they regenerate. And both Robin and Batgirl are good for crossing the fields to tangle up those hired guns. If those guys hit any one character twice in a turn, they get an under fire token, which can give you troubles if you don't get rid of it. Those smoke bombs, or Robin's nice shooting bozo card, can deal with it. Also, Gordon can use ranged icons for melee attacks using his point blank card. He also brings 2 beat cops, who could be given actions on his turn.
She's been going through my cards.
Always check your Kickstarter parts, especially this one. Apparently IDW Games doesn't exist anymore. Bummer. Gotta make sure it's all there.
Well, once the door is open, Man-Bat comes to ruin your day. He's a flying boss on elevated terrain, so you must pummel him with ranged attacks until you ground him. Then it's all fists until he's pulp. However, when he wounds someone, they get knocked back, which could send you into bottomless terrain. Then you get a freefall token. These can lose you the game if they don't get rescued. However, the designers have now said that if you have a grappling gun, you can save yourself, which is kind of thematically appropriate. You know, like on the television show.
Like any dice game, your successes and failures will swing often, depending on the rolls. You know the type.
Well, that be our quick overview. I'll be back to fill you in on the rest later.
Unless he buys something else first.
That's quite likely. Anyway, cheers!